Hi guys, it's Adam again with Adrenaline Cycles, coming at you with a quick video today on some customer units that are waiting to pick up. And I just want to give you guys a little different taste of what these customers wanted versus what we've showed videos in the past of, a full-on decked out, basically throw the checkbook out the window and load one down with everything you can. We love to do those builds and we take great pride in building those, but a lot of customers want what we call the essentials, and I'm even one of those people that, I like what I like, but I don't like overcomplicating or overloading my buggy with, certain things. And so, these three buggies I'm about to show you are like what we like to call the essentials of what really is the bare bones of what we'd like to go in the woods with, that really gives you some comfort features, some durability features, and just an overall great experience with the machine without going crazy on accessory price and going just way overboard on certain things you might not need to really get out in the woods and have a good time. So on this unit here, it's a Xrs Rr Smart Shock. So we'll get a little float around here on it so you guys can see everything. And this build here come together really quick. The customer, know exactly what they wanted with the help of our parts guys, and we got them what they needed to be, really, trail ready and have a good experience out on the trail and not be really sacrificing any, anything on the ride when they're out in the woods. We'll start back here at the front and just a quick overview. This customer, speaking with them about their riding style, they're not rock bouncing, they're not rock racing. They know what they're riding, they're honest with themselves. So we didn't throw a bunch of arms at it, we didn't throw a bunch of radius rods at it. We didn't do anything like that because per their, riding style, and that's questions we ask and who they're riding with and what they're riding, there's no need to pile that added expense onto this customer. But they did want, some front end protection to be able to have that, and also a winch to be able to pull theirself out. So we went with the BRP front bumper, and we got a KFI 5,000 pound winch with synthetic rope. We really like the KFI winches. They have a good warranty, which we never have a problem with them. So the warranty we really don't need. And they're just a great winch, and they come with everything you need to install them straight on your side by side. Moving on back, you'll see this model does come with a roof, but we did add a full windshield to it. This customer went with a full windshield, and this is our brand full windshield. It works out really well. It is hard coated on the inside and out. It straps on there, it works really well, seals up really good, and provides, some comfort and not letting you get eat up with dust, wind, rain, whatever else. You'll also notice on the side over there, we got some lower doors. I don't know, man, I just love lower doors. I need the lower doors. It's just something you gotta have, in my opinion. Not everybody wants them, some people don't, but man, the lower doors is where it's at. And these have the, the aluminum frame inside the lower door. It works out really good, gives it plenty of rigidity. They're powder coated to match the upper really well, so it works out really good. You also see down below the lower door, our Can-Am tree bars in the red to match and give a little accent to the front springs and the seats and the front bumper. Really nice feature to have as well. It does provide a lot of protection to keep their, expensive investment looking good over the life of the machine. Let the tree bars take the abuse, not your body panels. As well as, helping, keep some more comfort and mud out of the cab, helping give you the most comfort you can have. We did put some BRP extended fender flares on there. They didn't want the super extended style or anything like that. They just wanted to keep it slick looking, so they do got a little more coverage, and that helps keep the mud out of the cab, some of the mud off the windshield. Really nice feature to have. Moving on back here, you'll see that it does have a full back window. We like those. We've had the BRP ones, and we've had the soft ones. For the bang for your buck, this is a spike rear window. Works out really well. They have two styles. They have a vented one, and then you can also get them in tinted. So there's some options there. We're talking about storage a little bit. They did opt for the 12-gallon storage box in the back, which is a really nice feature to have. Just simple latches, get you in and out of it really good. It's got a seal on the inside to help keep it dry inside. These you can put a lock on there if you want. Some people run like a little carabiner through there, just whatever you want to do. It's a good little feature to have. Speaking on storage, they did opt for the center storage bag on this model. You want to peek in there, Josh? I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit, but this is a good bag to have in that it lets you, I always put a knife and my phone in here typically to run my Bluetooth stuff. And then it's like a rubberized molded, so it keeps its form, but it also helps insulate some of the heat from that turbo from getting on your arm and stuff, so your arm don't lay back on there. I mean, it won't burn you or nothing, but it does get a little hot, so this helps insulate that in. Nice feature to have. Finish out here in the back on this model, they do have our Can-Am bumper we make for the X3. We have this made for us as well. A lot of bumpers out there were really thin in diameter, didn't really mount well, and just didn't offer a lot of protection. Everything seemed to stop really short, so you'd lose some of the bed protection, especially around your tail lights. We got the little hoop here so you can put extra things in here if you need to, and then it comes out to protect the tail lights from any kind of impact or damage. Also, you can see we got the rear fender flares on there. Customer kept, just the factory rods, and I'm still running on factory rods on my rig, so hey, if you take care of your machine, you can go on factory rods. There's not a problem with it, but you got to be honest with yourself again in these situations where what are you going to do with your machine, and then that will let us help you, figure out what you need so you have the best experience, when you get this machine home. And some people want to go home and build it, as they get money, and that's great too. I mean, I still change my buggy out, even after I've had it for a year. There's things that come out that's new, that's better. There's things I find that makes it a little more comfortable, to put in my buggy. So you're never really done, no matter if you think you are or not. We'll jump over to another buggy here that a customer's getting, and we'll go around it and just show you. It's similar, but it's got a little bit of differences on it. All right, guys, we're over here on another build that we've done for a customer. This one I'm super excited about. My first love in X3 was a triple black in 17, so I mean, I'm always partial to this color for sure. And I think this guy hit it out of the park with Quentin, our parts guy, helping him. I mean, what more can you say? Yeah, he could have this, he could have that, but I tell you, when he pulls up in the park, there's gonna be people looking and talking about this thing. It's the triple black Smart Shock XRS. And it's just, in my mind, it's perfect. If you want a slick rig, if you want that look, I think this buggy has it for sure. Definitely an understatement on the parts and accessories. We'll let Josh do the little walk around so you can see everything, and then I'll jump back in and point out some of the stuff we put on here. Guys, we'll start with the front of the machine and work our way to the back. Some of the things that you notice right off is we went with some bigger tires on the machine. The customer wanted a 32, and we really like the Carnivore for two reasons. It's a tire that has a good tread, works really well in our area, and it takes a plug better than any tire out there. So if you're prone to cutting tires and getting holes in them, this works really, really well. So he went this route, so he's got 32 10 14s all the way around. Customer, on our recommendation, did upgrade to the skinny wheels in the back on this model because it doesn't come with the skinny in the back. It just comes with the skinny in the front and a 9 in the back. So we hooked him up, and he purchased a set of skinnies for the back so he can rotate all his tires now and do that without having any issue, especially with a tire like a Carnivore. And these high horsepower engines, you can tend to wear the backs out a little more than the front. So if you start seeing a little more wear on the back, he will have the option to pull them to the front and not have any issue. As I said, this is a Smart Shock. Coming on back a little bit, as you'll notice the roof, I'm sure you've seen that in the video already. This is our brand, low profile roof. Works out really well. If Josh wants to peek up in there, he'll show you the inner structure, how we do that, how we accomplish that. Basically what we do is on the 2020 and up, you have the bolt-in cages now, and the crossbar in the back that goes from left to right, and the crossbar in the front here that goes left to right. We do away with the factory one. We got brand new bars that go in, and then we got the brackets made to where you can mount your rear door, upper doors if you want to. We'll work with this, which is really cool. It doesn't lose anything except if you wanted to run like an upper bag, you can't do that, but running factory upper doors, it works out perfect, doesn't give you any hiccups. The windshield we got here is a Super ATV tinted, and how we've got it mounted, we've bolted it to the roof. So it's all tucked up in there super tight, looks really good, and the tinted, man, just gives it that extra little sleek look that you'd want, and it also will help with the glare of the sun, and it's not overly tinted so at night you can't see. Looking down here at the doors, we went again with the BRP style lower door with the aluminum frame on the inside that's powder coated. So it's nice, light, plenty durable. Customer was concerned about keeping his black panels looking nice, so again we went with some Adrenal Cycle tree bars here. This is in our gloss black, looks really, really good. Like I was telling you about the wheel, again he's got the skinny, so he keeps the 72-inch offset in the rear as well. With the 32-inch carnivore, works out great. And again, with this customer, he's got plans a little later on to do some upgrading on suspension components, but he just wanted to get the machine home, get to have a quick ride on it before, I think he had a holiday ride or something coming up, so he's really excited about that. Also, he was really excited to have an air kit put on these because he knows his buddies has had a couple X3s. So this one, he wanted an air kit in it before he even took it home. So we obliged him with that, made that happen, and got it looking really good. And on this black, we just left the block off plate black as well. So it's a seamless look, doesn't stand out, doesn't bring any attention to it. It's just, it's a lot quieter than your buddy's X3 that don't have it. And I think I got one more, guys, to show you here. And like I said, these are just, they're all really nice builds. They're not overly done. And we'll do it from mild to wild, big to little. We just want to make sure you guys, the customer, have the best experience you can out of any side-by-side you choose to ride on the trail. So let's go check out the other ride. All right, guys, we're over here on this other customer's buggy here. This is the third one in this video I wanted to show you guys. And as you can see here, this one is just a standard Maverick X3 XRS. This one is not a Smart Shock, but the customer did want the red beadlock ring, so we hooked them up with that to give it a little more red, which I think it needs. Unfortunately, BRP didn't do that on the XRS. They just done it for the Smart Shock. We'll have Josh do the walk around, give you guys a little overview of it, and then I'll jump back in and give you some more highlights. All right, guys, now that you've seen it, some of the highlights you might have noticed on it would definitely be the audio roof, front and rear bumpers. So again, we'll just start at the front, work our way to the back. Again, we talked to the customer, we found out where they was riding at. The parts guy, spent several, phone calls with them, making sure they get exactly what they need, again, so they have the best experience they can have when they get it to the trail. This customer definitely wanted some more protection for the front. So again, we got a BRP bumper on the front. Again, we got another winch on here. They wanted to be able to pull themselves out if they wind up with any issues. It's a 5,000-pound winch, KFI with a synthetic rope. Some of you guys might say a 5,000-pound winch on a two-seat is overkill. I'd rather have too much than not enough, guys. And you probably heard that saying in the past, but I'm telling you, 5,000 pounds, when you start tugging on this, if it's bottomed out on a rut, or if you've got a flat tire, or you're just in some thick, soupy mud, let me tell you what, that 5,000 pound will still grunt. So we're there, we'd go bigger if we could get them. So, but 5,000 pounds is as big as we can get, and we've had the best luck with those. And we run them on the 2 seats, we run them on the 4 seats. It's just overall really, really good winch. Moving on back, you'll see the customer went with a flip windshield. This one is a Super ATV brand. Works out good with the audio roof. This is a Pro Box. This is one of our last Pro Box tops we had. We're no longer a dealer with them. We switched over to audio forms. We think it's a little nicer look. Sound wise, it's a fuzz better, but I think the look, everybody likes the sleeker look of the audio forms. Looking down here, the customer opted not to go with doors. I think they have something else in mind that we just don't carry or can't get. I'm not for sure, but we did offer them that. We did get the tree bars on there for them to help protect the body panels. With the nice kick out we have, it helps really protect this piece, which this is the most expensive piece in your door. So we got that on there. As you'll notice here too, on this audio top, it's got the rear speaker bar, which is really, really nice. So the guy will have plenty of tunes inside and out. Our brand, Adrenaline Cycles rear bumper on here again. We talked about that on the other build. So you get the extra protection that it comes out to the corner of the beds. It's got the extra hoop here to help keep stuff inside the bed, and just mounts up really, straightforward and simple on the bottom. Again, the customer, knowing what they ride, we didn't want to slap a bunch of high-end, expensive radius rods and stuff on here. They're being honest with themselves and how they're riding it. So, we're not going to pack it on there if you don't need it. And if you want it, that's fine. But if you're, wanting to be at a certain price point, or just wanting to, have what you need to go ride in your area, we'll accommodate that and make sure you guys get to where you want to be on your machine, as far as usability, ease of use, comfort, and price. Ultimately everybody's got a price point. I don't care how much money you got a price point you want to be at on your machine, and that's why our guys up front have so much knowledge and information. They can steer you in the right way to give you pretty much the best of everything, and we pride ourselves on that. We'll take a little more spin on around here and point out some things here. As you can see, we done talked about the rims having the red beadlock rings on them, and that's typically for the Smart Shock. This is not a Smart Shock, it is XRS, but we do like having the added red to the machine because it does need that. I don't know why BRP skipped on that. Running 3210 Carnivores on 14-inch rims. Again, we know the Carnivore's a great tire. We like it. It works out really well. And that's about it, guys. That's the 3 builds here. I mean, I got plenty more, but I don't want to bog you guys down and thinking, that's all we got, a bunch of stuff sitting around. But we got machines that come in daily, leave daily. We got, from mild to wild builds. We do it all here. We do specialize in Can-Am, especially, the X3. We can do Defenders. We've done a couple of those. Maverick Sports are really, really hard to get this year, so we haven't done a lot of those. They should have a new model coming out really soon, I think around February 17th, so be keeping an eye on the website for that, especially on BRP's website of this month. Hopefully we'll see that new off-road model we've all been fiending about, especially since the Commander model went away. Some other things we'll have coming down the pipe, I think. Got a build with a bunch of rugged radio stuff. I think you guys will be excited to see that. Got a Max build with some really nice stuff on it. Going to have a Defender XMR build that's going to be awesome. That'll be a whole video by itself, probably a long one, probably around 20 minutes. Watercraft, stay tuned for that if you're into that. We'll have a bunch of watercraft stuff. It's new to us, so it'll be a little different, a little challenging maybe. Don't laugh at us too hard. On-road's warming up too, as well as with the water stuff, so we'll have some builds on that. We'll have, I don't know, some of these things come decked out so much, guys, it's hard to bolt stuff onto it, but we'll take a look at that, try to put as much on there, especially our demos. We do have that, so we might have some ride videos coming up of that. We definitely will with the watercraft. As the weather breaks a little bit, we'll be out on the lake with those. Probably doing some review on some products, some reviews on some skis, just maybe some highlights on some local waterways, just anything. And then we'll obviously have our off-road riding videos. We've been working and talking with Nick, the owner, and myself and some of the other guys we ride with. and Josh, the video guy behind the camera, figuring out what we want to do, where we want to go. We only got so much time in the day, so much time in the week, so much time in the month, and you know, we'll do what we can to bring you guys, you know, some of the good riding footage we have, you know, locally here in Kentucky, Tennessee area. If you guys got a place you want us to go, think it's worth a weekend trip, post down in the comments, let us hear about it, we'll take a look. I ain't saying we'll make it, ain't saying we won't. We'll definitely take a look at it and see if something we can make happen and provide a good video for everybody to enjoy. As always, guys, ride safe. Click that like and subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost anything, and it just helps us out to continue to grow the channel and bring you guys more stuff, more content.